Welcome to Canadian Women of the Outdoors podcast, Canada's first podcast by Canadian women, for Canadian women, about Canadian women. Brought to you by Federation Firearms, Canadian owned, enthusiast operated. And True North Baits, superior quality fishing tackle. See what the fuss is about. The Decoy Daddy, delivering premium decoys to Canadian hunters. And Grit Outdoors Apparel, apparel that's as tough as your passion for the outdoors. Enjoy the episode. Joined tonight by my co-host Christy. It's been a while since we've sat down for multiple episodes back to back. Did we just lose Chrissy? I don't know if we lost Chrissy or not. Anyway, she comes back. Oh, there she is.
Disconnected. I'm sorry.
It's been a minute since we sat down with a guest for an episode. We're trying to get back into it after the Sportsman show and everything like that, now that hockey season's over, so we're really trying to get back into it. She was with me at the Life Outdoors show, so hopefully you're going to see more of her over the summer. So hi, Chrissy.
Hi, guys.
There you go. Yeah, she's back now. And before we get into our special guest today, I just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Federation Firearms, True North Baits, the Decoy Daddy, and Grit Outdoors Apparel. Give them some love on Instagram, some follows. If it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be an us, so you definitely need to show them some love, because then it shows us some love. So we're going to get into our guest now. We met at the Life Outdoors shows this past weekend, which was in Clifford, Ontario. Love the story, love the product. My wife is already like, I want everything. Literally, she's like sending me stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, like I said, Mother's Day, birthday's coming up, like back to back, so let's do it. So I would like to welcome to the stage Alexa Gamache. Did I get it?
Yes, yeah.
Probably more of a French accent, but I can't pronounce a French accent. Most people think I'm French because they're like, Vachal. I'm like, no, it's Polish, but
totally. Oh, yeah, I might have thought it was French too.
So Alexa, thank you. A lot of people do, because they're like, Vachal. I was like, no, not even close. But Alexa, thank you for taking the time out to come chat with us. Sorry, I just did a whole spiel and now I have no voice left. You were there at the Clifford Life Outdoor show this past weekend. Your line of sweaters, which we'll get into, is absolutely amazing. And what you're doing with that is absolutely amusing again. But we'll let you tell the story. But let's get into it. What kind of got you... The company is Northern Bronco.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to know an outdoors girl like that. So let's hear about you, like where you're from, where you grew up, what kind of got you into that, and going forward with this business.
Yeah, definitely. So I grew up in the Ottawa Valley in a really small town. I wasn't even in a town, but I was surrounded by a bunch of small towns, and we were on a lake called Mink Lake, and I lived there for pretty much when I was born until I was 20, maybe 21, and we got there because my mom's actually a homicide detective with the OPP, so she started in French River, and then she ended up in Renfrew County, so that's where I was born, and then she decided to stay there until I kind of finished school and all that. And then when I was done, she got a job in Aurelia headquarters, and then that's how we got into the Muskoka area. So I kind of have some family ties up north in Hillbury. I have ties in French River. So it's kind of been a full circle moment that we've kind of made our way back north, which has been really awesome. But yeah, I grew up there. I went to school, Queen's University in Kingston, and I got a degree in global development studies in law. For a second, I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. I realized I did not want to do another 4 years of school, and I kind of was thinking,
that is a lot of schooling, isn't it?
Yeah, it would have been 8 years, like, total. But
sorry,
yeah,
continue. I was just,
and I knew, like, I was like, I can't be a police officer like my mom. Like, I just didn't. This is before I found out that I had PTSD and all of this stuff, and I was like, I just don't feel capable of, like. I don't think I can be a paramedic. I don't think I can be a doctor. I don't think I can be a police officer, but I wanted a job that felt like I was helping people. And that's kind of how the start of my even just creating a business came to be, when I started to have those feelings of like what I wanted to do with my life.
Now, when when you say like because you were talking about how the PTSD, you discovered that you had that, and that's kind of what propelled you into this. Like the the business, is that just kind of is your do like bring to the forefront? Because again, we all know that like outdoors and stuff is good for your mental health. We all know
Yeah.
that. And you are promoting, like, I mean, I don't know if a lot of us want to ride a moose per se. Your logo is pretty cool, and with the person riding the moose, but like the outdoors and stuff like that, like we all know that mental health is a huge thing, and outdoors helps that in an insane amount. Is that kind of where that thought process went to the business?
Yeah, and honestly, telling my story didn't even like that wasn't a thing that I thought was going to happen when I first started this business. It honestly came like as I was creating the business and as it started to develop, which I think is so cool that because it's also helped me and healed me in so many ways as it's progressed my business. But truly, and I think you'll be able to feel the same way, for me, like the structure of a
Mm-hmm.
home wasn't what felt like home to me. I've always grew up in the bush, whether it was in the Ottawa Valley or now in Muskoka or up north, even further. And that was the one thing that always felt safe and never changed was being in the bush and hiking and discovering and swimming, whatever it was. So that to me was always safety. And actually, I'll tell you a little short story here, but my first panic attack I ever had, which I didn't know was a panic attack until years later, it was in grade 3. And I actually ran out of the school. And like, I don't know if you remember back in like public school, like, you can't just do that. You will be in like big trouble. And I literally ran out of the classroom and my body was telling me to go outside. And it still does. Like, I haven't had a panic attack in a year and a half just from all the work that I've done. But yeah, when I do have those feelings of anxiousness or if it is from PTSD, like I want to go outside because that is genuinely where I feel safe. And that's kind of how
This
that
is
part of it came to be.
this is actually so fascinating talking to somebody else with PTSD, because even like in my workforce, I feel the same thing. Like if I start to get overwhelmed and panic, and I wish I could say that I haven't had that in a year and a half. I have that weekly, and I'm just like, my first thought process is like, I just want to be outside. Like
Yeah.
I feel entrapped right now. I was like, I just need to go outside. Like,
Yeah.
and it's fascinating again talking to I mean, I'm not as open about it with like a lot of people. This is probably
Yeah.
one of the first times I've actually mentioned it publicly, but I feel safe in this space, and if people want to message me after, go ahead, I don't care. But it's just all it's really nice to have somebody, and it sounds like our stories are somewhat similar from what I read
Yeah. I'm
on
sure.
your on your website there. So it's fascinating to me, and I mean I love the business, the Northern Bronco, and then some of the proceeds go to women's shelters, right? That's what I read.
Yeah, so we're working right now with one in Kingston, and I've donated to them. I've also donated like hats and stuff like that as well. And then we're actually working with them on a project that I'm so hopeful will come to life this year. We're waiting to find out if we've been granted funding that we've applied for. But basically, I don't really want to share what it's about, but I can explain it. But basically, I've created a short film that I'm hopeful can get into schools, just because when I was in school, there was never I mean, I think they touched on like healthy relationships in high school, but just being in public school, there was never posters or there was never conversations about,
Mm-hmm.
hey, if this is happening to you, like this isn't okay, or just here's, you know. So that's
Yeah.
something that I want to focus on, but it's more of like a woman empowerment piece versus genuinely making like a violence porn video, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. How old are you again? I
I'm
believe that
25. I
you.
just turned 25.
So you're younger than me. Yeah, like again, Chris, I'm sure you can attest to this. Like when we were in high school and grade school, like nothing was really talked about in that regard.
Never,
And I
never. It
don't
was
think
a
it will
very
be.
no, no.
They don't have
Yeah.
I don't think that they have the funding where they want like and I'm not saying that teachers don't want to do it because I think there's a lot of teachers out there that really really care about their students, but like where is the funding for or teachers to go out of their way to be able to do these things for these students? And also it's like we have one guidance counselor. Well, where I went to school, there was 330 kids, which is a very small high school, but still that's one teacher for all these kids. And I know how much domestic violence in general is faced in my community, in a tiny little community like that. So it's like, how do they have the resources at the schools to do it? They really don't. But I think the coolest thing about what I'm doing, and especially my team with this video project, is like, we are so young and we already have that connection into that crowd. I'm selling to young kids younger than 18. I'm selling to that, to families and people in small towns. I have that connection. Like, they will want my opinion when it comes to a piece like this, or already have their, you know what I mean, like already have their grab. So
Yeah.
I think that's also important for me more to continue to share my like voice now that I have this platform.
This makes my heart happy because yes, I'm much older, and this stuff was not talked about. This was very much like I say my generation, like it was swept under the rug. It wasn't something anybody ever spoke about. And watching now that I have children, going, the openness that people are willing to talk about a lot of this stuff now is just so wonderful to see.
I
And
agree.
it's just, to me, it's just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and like I have gotten to a point like in my life where I'm not coming on here to put hatred towards like my parent. Honestly, I've gotten to a point where like I understand that like that person is not well, because that's not what somebody they're like the normal person would do to their child. But that's also like taken me a lot. So it is like when I do share stuff and I do make these videos, I have to also like let people know like this has been a really long journey of healing to get to where I am, and not everybody's going to feel this way in the relationship that they're currently in or the relationship they're trying to leave. But like obviously I'm such a people pleaser too. Like I tried so hard for my father's approval for so many years that like a part like that child in me will always, care about him, and hope that he can just have a happy life, because somebody that will do that to somebody is obviously battling in their own head. So I just want him to be able to just live happily and hopefully feel better, and I can manage on myself, like on my own. But
I mean, yeah, so oh my, this conversation is gonna make me super emotional by the end of it because I'm feeling
well,
it so hard. I'm
sorry.
feeling no, and I mean the problem is this stuff, and this may cause controversy, but I don't really give a shit. This stuff needs to be talked about more. Not only have I seen like people like teachers and stuff, they notice stuff in school, they call, but nothing gets done about it. Like it needs to be
Mhm.
educated about more. But also like what you said, like people who treat people like this are dealing with their own stuff, demons, mental health.
Mhm.
Something that my partner, God bless my wife, she has helped me through a lot of my own traumas and triggers, and kind of made me realize and face the facts that I had trauma and stuff like that. She kind of made me face my mental health issues and was like, no, like you have this. So kudos to her. But something her and my therapist have said is, your mental health is not your fault, but how you treat people is your responsibility because of it. If you
Yeah.
don't seek the help or whatever, like again with my own childhood trauma, my father sought help. He went to the classes and the like it got to a point where my mom said like do or die, let's go.
Mhm.
And he fixed himself, and now I have an incredible relationship with my dad.
Wow.
Unfortunately, stuff still from like I'm still affected from it because you don't just
Of
get over
course.
it like that,
Yeah.
obviously. But it like it stems from those people have to realize that there's something within themselves that's making them do these actions.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that kids at a young age have to kind of recognize that. And I think it falls on the responsibility of teachers and other adults to be like, okay, something's going on at home.
Mhm.
Like, but the problem is there's not really much education, and our system sucks, to be
Yeah. Well,
quite blunt.
yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, our
and
justice
again, I don't know
system does.
what
That's
you suffered, but like to me, emotional abuse is still, yeah.
No, of course. And you know what? Like in
But
the past
yeah, no, I
couple of
just
years. Oh,
man,
sorry.
this
Go ahead.
conversation's hitting home, and I'm so no, no. I'm just saying, I'm so just impressed with you and what you've done and what you're planning to do, and you've got like a supporter in me 100%. Like I
Oh,
will work with you, I will support you whatever way you need because this is just it's amazing, and the fact that you're open about your story and everything like that, like I can't wait to see this project that you've got going on. I just I'm getting a little emotional here.
oh,
Like it's just
you know what? Like,
I'm
and
sorry.
I've learned in the past, like, because everything, like, especially when you have something like this, things come out years later, or I have a conversation with my mom about something that I didn't even know about. And I have learned that my teachers did know, like, there was an event that happened at the school. So, small public school. My teachers did know, but I am so fortunate to have the teachers that I did because my mom was she's a boss ass bitch. Like she is so sick, but she was always at work. Like
Yeah.
she's incredible, but she was gone a lot, and I had incredible teachers, and like I played a lot of sports and I was in a lot of things. The unfortunate thing about children who experience this is that their brain is then is wired at the age that this event happened. So so like what you experience when you have an event in your life that causes some sort of symptom of PTSD, and let's say, okay, I'm 25, but my body's going to react when I was 8 because that's how that event happened when I was 8. So my brain is now going to act the way I did when I was 8, even though I'm 25. So these are all things that like now we have to work on later in life. And it's so unfortunate. And like dealing with that wave of mental health struggles that comes after you actually walk away is terrible, and that's something that I just like I don't want children to have to experience. And that's why I'm trying to empower women, like, to I'm not saying like leave your partner or leave your whatever, but it's this is here and this is your life, and like this is your story to write, and like I just want you to have the opportunity to write a damn good story, and that's just kind of why I'm here. And
Rec-
sharing my story too, it's just like I want people to know like that experience doesn't define me, but what I choose to do with that experience is way more important than what happened to me. And that's kind of just something that I share because I think a lot of people don't see that. And it doesn't have to be a relationship thing or a family thing. It's a lot of things in life that we take that experience and then it wrecks us, but we have to choose all the choices after that experience, and that's what's going to make us, we live our life and what path we choose to take, which is the coolest part. It's
it's
character
even
character building.
it is just
Chrissy, I'm gonna let you take over for a second.
take all the time you need. Just
Yeah.
I in my own healing journey too, just even recognizing that something was wrong and
Mhm.
it wasn't my fault was the biggest hurdle for me. And
Yeah.
I look at some of younger people, and I can recognize almost right away. I'm like, ooh, you have some trauma there. And
Yeah.
I've talked to people, and it's the denial that always gets me. And I'm like, oh, you're not ready to face it yet. When you are, you're going to understand. And it's hard. It's
Mhm.
really, really difficult to
Yeah.
go through these things. So, you
Yeah.
know, mm-hmm,
I think the hardest thing for me was not understanding that like somebody, especially at a young age, and you can get help as much as you want, but until you choose to actually want the help and accept the help, it's genuinely not going to help you progress. And ever since I was maybe 12 or 11, I was experiencing these crazy symptoms and I was like impulsive and nuts. And my mom was getting me help, or I was getting help, or whatever it was, and it was not doing anything for me until I think it was 22, and it got through to me like no one is coming to save you. It doesn't matter that you were a young girl. It doesn't matter that you were a child. It doesn't matter that that was your dad. Like you have to do this for yourself. And that's when I really was like, I got to get into the driver's seat and figure this out because I'm not letting this person win by me spending the rest of my life miserable and not understanding what was going on. And then I really, really worked hard for 2.5 years. And I'm now at a place where, like, yes, I still experience a lot of different. There's a moth flying in my room, but I'm at a place where I feel like safe enough in my own body and like confident in myself during the day, and that's I know you guys can't tell like the scale of how far I've got, but me personally, I know in my heart, like, how safe I feel now. And that's just like, I'm just so happy that I was able to get here because I didn't think it was possible.
It's pretty incredible when, at my age, when I'm almost 40, and I look back to when I was quite young, and I go, holy shit, have I come leaps and bounds. Like,
Mm-hmm.
compared to, nobody would know that looking at me. Nobody would know that looking at you, right? Like, but when you sit there and you look at your own progression and things, I sit there and I smile now, and I'm like, holy shit, like, am I fully healed? Absolutely not. Got a long way to go. But I have come so far. And one of the greatest things somebody ever said to me was, you have to feel it to heal it. And that was the biggest gut punch I know in my progress was, oh, so instead of packing it into a little box and compartmentalizing it and packing it away and not dealing with it, it was just compounding. And when someone had said that to me, I was like, oh, okay, now we got to start unpacking all these boxes. And by doing that is how you progress.
Well, and they also do say, like, again, emotional scars you can't see. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's not anything on your body that you can see. That's just something you're dealing with within. And I gotta say, in the 3 years I've been doing this now and all the guests I've had, I feel the most blessed to have you on, like, of
Oh,
all the guests I've had, I feel the most blessed to have you
oh,
on
that's so
here
sweet.
tonight to have this conversation because, yeah, again, like, it doesn't get talked about enough and it should be. It should
Well,
be.
thanks.
Like,
Yeah. I'm happy to talk
and
about it anytime.
I'm gonna kind of just because I need to stop like tearing up for a second. I'm gonna,
So let's
I'm
pivot.
gonna, yeah, I'm gonna scoot back to the brand design a bit. So for anybody that doesn't know you or follow you, Northern Bronco, where did your designs like? Do you design them like yourself? Like, because you have like the bass one, and I've seen like the moose riding one, like your sweaters and t-shirts and stuff like that. Did you design and draw those yourself, or did you just kind of send them to like a designer and be like, I want this? And like, how did? Because some of those designs, the cowboy riding the moose is so Canadian.
Yeah.
It it's absolutely hilarious. I love
So,
it.
so
I want to
that
know where that
is,
came from.
yeah, so that is my legitimate logo. It is trademarked. I created it myself. I I honestly, I was trying to find something that speaks, and you guys, I think, are from small towns, so you can feel that when you look at it, and that's exactly what I was going for. I think the moose is just such a resilient and strong and beautiful. Like, what it's so rare to, well, it's not as rare here because there's a lot, but like where I grew up in Ottawa, like seeing a moose, it's an incredible thing, and they're just, yeah, they're beautiful creatures. And then I think the cowboy was kind of like that wild, untamed youthfulness of growing up in the country. And I really wanted to put those two things together. And I am very passionate about being from a small town. I think if I ever do have kids and I would raise them, like want to raise them somewhere, I'd want to raise them in a small town. The life lessons that I learned growing up are probably the best lessons I could have learned in life. Just being outside and having an outdoor classroom. I was so fortunate enough at my high school, we had like an insane outdoor ed program that unfortunately doesn't run anymore. But just all of these things, and I'm like, I need to capture that, and I know how passionate people are about it. So I was like, how do I bring this across the country? Because I know that small towns across the country feel that same connection. So that was where that came from. But then somehow people in the States loved it too, and I hit like 32 states last year.
Oh
So
That's
shit.
incredible.
yeah, so people love the moose everywhere. But
I think you nailed it. I absolutely adore that logo. I think it's so cool and so fun
thanks.
and very much captures kind of Canadiana and small town love.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So when you say you're in the States, like, did you go to the States for trade shows, or they're just buying it online for you, from you?
Yes, so they were buying it online. That was another thing. I've taken some risks in like social media. You know what? Social media has its downfalls, but it's also great when you can connect with somebody that like you never think you would be able to talk to in your life. I had a content creator from Minnesota wear it back a year ago in January, so over a year ago, and then I randomly had 40 orders to Minnesota at the start of last year, and I was like, holy shit, that's so weird. But then Minnesota became my best-selling spot after Ontario. But but then everything got shut down for a bit. So then my US thing kind of got a little bit skewed. Like I still get one every once in a while, but yeah.
With everything
Um,
going on right now.
yeah, but then I've just like even I had you guys know Ella Langley. I don't know if you're country
Yes.
fans.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
so she was in my hat on her Instagram playing catch with her dog.
That's
And
wild.
yeah, I had put my phone down to go to sleep and I couldn't sleep, so I opened my phone and some random person had tagged me in her video on TikTok, and I was like, I don't know this person or like well enough that they would like at me in a video. So I clicked on the video and I opened it, and there she was, like in my hat, which I had gave to her like months prior. But not gave to her, I gave to an event that they were at, hoping it would reach her. Never expected her to take it, and she did. So I've just taken a lot of risks, which has helped like the movement of the orders all over the place, I think.
That's so cool.
But
That yeah, that's super cool. And sorry, how long have you now been in business for?
so the like when I started selling, it was January 2024. Like I
You're
launched
still
it December
new.
2023. Yeah, so the like I was still in school for that last bit. So I basically bootstrapped the whole thing. So I started and I created 25 hats and I sold those to my friends. I think one person I didn't know bought one. And then I took that money, gave it back to the same place that I got from before, but got 50. And then from 50 I went to 300. Then I sold to 300, then I went to 1,000, and then it kind of just kept going.
Oh
Um,
shit.
and then yeah.
I'm
That's
absolutely in love with the Built in the North t-shirt. The hockey player.
Oh, I know it's so fun.
so
The
so do
Olympics came
you
after me for that too.
Really?
sorry, say it again?
Well, well, I said the Olympics came after me for that too, but like not the product itself. I knew that was fine because I have a law certificate, so I kind of get like the IP stuff.
Yeah.
But I used like a hashtag. I hashtag the Olympics, and you're not allowed to do that. And I had no idea.
All
Um,
because of a hashtag.
Yes. So then I got an email at 8:30 p.m. and if I didn't respond, I had till midnight to respond. So thank God I was working on my computer. Otherwise, like I don't know what I do. I guess it was me. I don't
Oh
know.
my goodness.
Would have been like fuck.
I know, like frig. One time I go to bed early and now I'm getting sued.
Oh
Oh
no.
jeez. That's horrifying. But it's crazy like businesses have like those like hashtags like they own them and it's literally insane that they
Yeah, I
own them.
never thought of it. So
It's
learning
cuz
lesson.
I have heard about it. I haven't personally been involved in it. People have recommended that I trademark the hashtag, my hashtag, and stuff like that. I'm like, "Ah, it seems like a lot of effort because, and also like I don't really
It
want to
seems like a lot
trademark
of
it.
effort till someone like takes it and then
Yeah,
like something goes viral and then you're like, fuck.
That's
yeah,
true.
and then you're just like shit.
Yeah.
But no, like that's so you haven't been in business that long. So
No.
when you started, like did you just do like a shitload of trade shows?
No,
Um
not none.
like and I feel really weird saying this, but like with you being like living in Muskoka, I was not expecting to see you at the Clifford Life outdoor show, to be honest. Like
Honestly, me
little
either.
town of Clifford. I didn't even know Clifford exists. So it's funny. I actually grew. You think I'm smart from small town? No, I grew up in Burlington, Ontario.
Oh, really?
I'm from the GTA. I moved up
Wow.
here because my partner lives up here, and I mean, I hunted and fished, and I like when I was in the city, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not mad about moving to the country. Um, so no, I actually grew up in the GTA. I didn't even know Clifford was a town. So
Yeah.
I'm the
it's
local girl.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Um, so like it's just I find it like I find it amazing that somebody from Muskoka came to Clifford. Did you just like kind of get into like looked at all the trade shows and was like boom, like we're doing it?
No, honestly, like I would pop up at my university a lot, and I still do, and they always show up. It's wild, like what I can do in a couple hours. I think it's so fun. So I've done like Queens. I've went to Wilfred. I went to Trent. I went to Bad Dog
My
Vintage.
old
Oh,
my
in
old
in Ottawa. Where else have I gone?
university.
Yeah, like I try, and then I did like Norfolk Fair, and
Sorry,
they were
lost you there for a
incredible.
second.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yep, we're good.
Sorry. I've done like Norfolk Fair.
Might have just been me. Sorry.
No, you're good. So I've just like, I don't know. Honestly, the Clifford one though specifically, my stepdad just had sent it to me on Facebook, and my shop that's seasonal doesn't open till May 15th. So I was like, oh, I'm still free this weekend. I'll just go. So I wasn't expecting to like do insane, and I also wasn't expecting to see a lot of people because I'm from a small town. So I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I think Clifford was a great show. Like, there was more people than I expected to come through, and I mean, you got two big fans, like
Yeah,
three,
I know. You
three.
know what? Everything happens for a reason. We met. I met some other people that were cool. It's fun.
Like I
Yeah,
said, my wife is now like, I want that and that and that, and
That's
I'm
so
like,
cute.
I'm jealous. I
okay.
didn't get much of a chance to wander around the show.
Mother's Day,
And,
and birthdays come up.
did I lose you?
No, I can hear you
You just cut out
guys.
there.
Okay.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
I said I'm kind of jealous of Caitlin because she came over to
Maybe
your
it's
booth
me.
and had bought stuff, and then she came back and she was showing it off to me. I'm like,
Oh,
oh my god, I want that.
oh, I really wanted the guy, the gentleman. Oh my God, he was so sweet. This older man with the fish hat on and had like a mustache with a
Yes.
bell on the end.
Oh
I
my
was like,
god,
I
I
want
was
your hat.
walking
Like, I
around,
want
I
to.
was dying.
Oh, I wanted to get a picture of it, but then I was like, oh, just in case he's like, he knows that it's unique, he might not want me to take a picture of it. And I
He
was
came.
gonna like do it without him asking, but then I'm like, no, that feels wrong too. He's so cute, so I just didn't.
He was adorable.
He
The
was
second, did you see the second day he came back and he had like the fish bells on the tail
Yeah, he
and he was
added
walking
that.
around jiggling?
So good. I need to make that.
it was so it was my first trade show, and it was quite like that was just hilarious. And he came up and every morning, good morning, ladies, like just doing his rounds and stuff like that.
I need
But
to hire him.
yeah, no, Caitlin has been living in that sweater. She's been living in that sweater and fishing show. I like when I put this episode out, I'm gonna put your website out there and everything. Um, what's the percentage of proceeds that go to women's shelters again?
There's not
It's
like a
women's shelters, right?
yeah, we don't do like a specific percentage. Kind of just like a donation,
Okay.
kind of see how our month goes. Or like
Oh, okay, okay.
when we were in the fall, we did like a October to November, and I did a full like move across Ontario, and then we did like a big donation to Kingston. So it's kind of just like what's going on, and I've also just like yeah, I've been working with Kingston right now. We did a big like donation. I did like, oh my god, hats, rings. I also do rings, so we did a bunch of stuff with them too. But yeah, I don't have a specific percentage yet. Maybe when I get like in like a year or so, I'll be able to actually like list a specific amount. But just
Yeah.
kind of just going with what I can do.
And that's incredible.
Well, and I mean, like, yeah, and I mean, like, even it doesn't even have to be dollars. Like, even just donating some clothes to those
Yeah, yeah, they were
places
really appreciative of
is
it. So
helpful because a lot of women leave a situation with
not a
the clothes
lot.
on their back.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, and I've heard the stories. A friend of mine used to work in a women's shelter in Brantford there, and just hearing the stories, like these women leave with nothing, like no clothes, no bag. They go because they need to get out so bad.
Yeah,
And just having those spare, even if they're big, who cares? Whatever. Can you fall asleep in it? Perfect.
yeah,
Like
yeah. I did it around
you're just
Christmas time
getting out
too,
there.
which was nice. And then I'm dropping a box off again there on Monday of stuff. So yeah,
Do you do sweatpants or anything yet, or are you just? I didn't explore your website too much. I didn't
yeah.
cyber
No, I
you
don't
that
have
much.
sweatpants yet. We're launching quite a bit of stuff in May when the shop opens, but
Yeah.
not sweatpants yet.
So when you say the shop, do you have like a brick and mortar store?
Well, it's a shipping container, but yeah, it's like me, Roots, and then I don't know who's going in. There's three of them. I don't know who's going in the next one. But yeah, it's really fun.
That's awesome. Oh my god. And you're only started in like the end of 2023. Like God, that's so amazing. Like I can't even like that's It's so cool. I'm kind of just like to get that much attention with in such a short period of time and doing what you're just so incredible, and like your plans for the future with what you're doing with the schools and stuff like that. Like I just it makes me speechless because there's no words, because I mean I haven't heard of anybody else doing anything like that, and it's it needs to be talked about. Like, and the fact that you're bringing it in the forefront is incredible. That's really all I gotta say. Chris, do you have anything else? Because I'm just
Just really appreciative you were able to come on and talk to us
amazement.
about this. This is definitely something that definitely needs to be talked about more, and you're obviously a pretty incredible human being, and wish you nothing but all the best success, and hopefully it's nothing but onward and upward from here. Like, just amazing.
Thank you guys so much for the kind words. I really appreciate it. I will keep doing my best to keep sharing my story with as many people as I can. I know there's still a lot of work to be done. I do look at like my insights. The last video I posted, I don't know if you guys saw it, but sometimes I just like post a video of me lip syncing to a song and I'll put a fact over it. They tend to just do really well, and I do one every once in a while. And I just was talking about like that domestic violence is more prevalent in small towns, and then listed why. And there was like, let's say there was 360 likes, like 89%, if not more, were women. So working towards
And,
more men seeing those posts as well.
and I mean, like, yeah, those videos like that and the facts, like, even like the TikToks and stuff like that, you see that kind of stuff, and it's so true. Like, a lot of the facts are, and it does happen in small towns, like, or it happens in small towns. It's been reported because not a lot of people report shit in the city, right? Like, there's just so
Yeah,
many people you don't know, but like it's probably more prevalent than we all realize. It's just not reported. It goes unreported.
100%. It's a blessing to know
But
everyone, but it's also a curse.
right, like, and that's the thing. Like, again, being in the city, like you heard about it, but it was like one in a billion in the city. Like it was not a common thing. But up here, you just kind of hear about it more and more, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, again, like talking to people that I've met and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, so I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, no,
Like,
exactly. And once someone else opens up and like even just the DMs like and messages that I've got and like hearing like you guys talk to me, like that makes me more happy than like having an awesome day to show, because like I've been able to share my story and it's helped someone else open up or what. Like I'm not trying to do the apps, like no matter what, someone walking away is going to come from them. Like that has to come from them. You can never talk somebody into doing that, but like the fact that I can just share and be vulnerable with somebody else makes me so happy, and that is like my life's mission at this point. I'm committed to doing this, so this is like the best possible thing that we could be doing right now.
well, that might even be their first step. Is they see your video, your product, your mission, they feel comfortable messaging you, and then they're like, I need to step up and tell
Yeah.
my story. Like, maybe that first step is because of you, which is fantastic. Like, she's on a public platform and she's sharing her story. I can do this too. Like,
Yeah.
that is just, you are somebody that I would love, like, my kids, my stepkids to look up to. Like,
Oh,
like, you are just somebody to look up to.
so sweet.
You are like, you are an incredible human being. And I haven't known you for long, but I just get that vibe, and just having conversations with you, you are someone that young women, or even like, I'm not even gonna say young women, because there are some young boys out there that get mistreated by their parents and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like kids, you
Yeah.
are someone that kids should look up to,
Oh,
because it's not just women or young ladies. Like, there are boys that gets mistreated either by their mom or their dad, which is
yeah.
unfortunate,
I mean, I have a brother
but
too.
it's fact, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I feel you.
So it's just yeah, it's you are someone that kids should look up to. I mean, I now look up to you. You have a big fan now.
You're just pumping
Doing
my
what you're
tires.
doing, and like I said, any support you need or whatever, you let me know. We'll be here for you.
Yeah, well, thanks for giving me
It's
the
just this is
platform
a
though to
voice that needs
share.
to be heard. Well, and this is a voice that needs to be heard. So I I I do truly appreciate you coming on tonight. I know it's not always hard or not always easy to talk about in a public platform. But I commend your bravery in doing that. I wish I could be more open about stuff. This is probably the most I've actually talked about it. So I commend you, and you're amazing, and I can't wait to see. If you've only been doing this for almost 3 years, I can't wait to see where it's going to be in 10 years.
Oh gosh, I know.
That was a lot.
Too
I'm
many
sorry.
things to think about now. Thank you guys so much though. That was so fun.
Thank you.
Chris, do you have anything to add?
No, I'm really excited to see
Any last
what
questions or?
your new launch will be, and I can't wait to see if we can ever get our hands on and see this short film you've done. I'm really excited to see that, and
Yes.
just all the good things.
Well, thank you guys. That was so fun.
With that, I mean, I guess we can't talk about it. Maybe I'll ask you the questions outside of this because I have questions about that, and I don't want to. You said you didn't want to talk. It's for the schools, so but I have questions about that. So,
Yeah.
Alexa,
Well, you can end the
again,
recording and then if you want to ask
thank
me.
you so much. Oh, sorry. We're
No,
cutting
you're
out
good.
there. What?
Oh, I just said if you wanted to end the recording and then ask me, I probably might be able to answer.
Okay, we'll do that. Just because, yeah. But Alexa, thank you again so much for coming on. We do truly appreciate it. Your story has been incredible. Where can people find your merch and follow you online, Instagram, and socials, and everything like that? Just let us know that.
Yeah, so our main is Instagram and it's just Northern Bronco. If you do have TikTok and you want to see me losing my mind day to day, that is also Northern Bronco. And then our website's just northernbronco.ca.
Perfect. Yeah, guys, definitely go on, check out the merch. Some of the proceeds go to women's shelters. It's an awesome cause. The merch is incredible, and it's really good quality. Like I said, Caitlin's been living in that sweater since she bought it on Sunday or whatever it was. I've seen her in it every day. And she's like giving me the list. It's awesome. The merch is awesome. Alexa, thank you again. I can't thank you enough. Big shout out to our sponsors, Federation Firearms, True North Baits, the Decoy Daddy, and Grit Outdoors Apparel. The outdoors belongs to no one, so get out there and find yourself to lose yourself. Thanks again, Alexa.